my mother would come to see me, and this is when I'm a few years old. She would come and get me and take me away for a few days. And Betty, I can still remember this because my mother didn't have the kind of care and support she needed, and she had to work during the day some. She would leave me with people I didn't even know. And I can remember this as distinctly as if it happened yesterday. I would go and I would press my little nose up against the screen of whatever window I could get to. And I would just look and look as a little 3 or 4 year old boy, wondering if my mother was coming back. And I'd just cry. I didn't know if she was coming back. I was a little boy that didn't know where I was going to end up. And Betty, that illustration and what happened to me is one of the things that touched me so much as ultimately God led me and you to the third world countries and to the impoverished and to children that have been abandoned and left. And one of the things, I don't know if you saw the Academy Award-winning movie years ago, Slumdog Millionaire, but it was about little children in India that were left on the railroad tracks. And when the people would walk up to them, and it was Kathy Hendrick of Hendrick Motorsports, who lost her twin girls in a plane crash and her husband, she told me, she said, James, when I went over there with your mission team to reach out those children, we'd go to the little children on the railroad track, and we would walk up and they would be there just alone, and they would look up at us and say, we don't think anybody's coming back to get us. And the minute she said that, because I was sitting at a lunch table with her with several people in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I began to weep, and she said, what's wrong? I said, when you said, I don't know if anybody's coming back, that's what I thought when I was a little boy. I don't know if anybody's coming back. And Kathy Hendrick said, James, that's the reason we took those children, and we took them to the home that your supporters and now the Hendrick family that we've helped you build to provide homes for them. Well, see, I feel what people feel that have been abandoned, that feel overlooked and neglected. And that is the reason, even as I'm talking to you about my journey today, I'm wanting to make sure you understand that no matter what happens, see, Betty and I are going to be able to talk about 60 years of a joy-filled marriage. I mean, not without challenges, but to think that we've been together 60 years of marriage, and you can tell the love we have for each other and the love we have for our family and for others. And sometimes when I talk about that, I feel a regret that some of you are saying, I wish I could say that. Well, I do too. And somehow I want to get you into the center of the loving arms of God to the point that no matter what you face, you feel His comfort.